for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network.
Well. Good evening. How you doing? Yeah. All right. Fade to Black. Yeah. It's Monday, December 15th, 2025. Let's do this, man. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is our anniversary week, and I was just posting in the chat. It's pretty remarkable. 12 years are almost in the can. Officially, they are on Friday. And we enter our 13th year. Yeah. Wow. Nuts. Absolutely nuts. But so we're celebrating this week. Kimberly Meredith is with us tonight. And we've got a really cool week lined up for everybody. And so we start this off tonight, of course, with Kimberly and Soul Frequency and some other stuff tonight. Tomorrow night, Richard Dolan is here to help us celebrate our anniversary. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Calling tomorrow night's show After Disclosure, sounded appropriate. And then Wednesday night, Sarah Elcaldi is with us, the Alchemist. Wow, big show. And then Thursday night is our 12th anniversary special. It's a Fade or Not hangout. I just chose to hang out with all of you. Okay, so we'll do an AMA and just hang out and celebrate. And who knows, maybe I'll have some alien vodka shots, to sell. I say that every year, don't I? I never do it. Have I ever done a shot on the air? I don't think so. No. Have I? I mean, I talk a big game. I realize I talk a big game. You know what? I might have once, and it was water. I might have done it and faked it. Yes, you did once. Yeah, it was fake. It was water. I'm too paranoid with that kind of stuff. I'm too paranoid. You have to. I can't speak for everybody. I certainly can't. But with me, I need to be on point. I don't have the biggest brain. I don't have the fastest. I don't have any of the. I have to really be at my best. I do. I have to be focused. I have to be loaded with caffeine and just, so the thought of that, of slurring speech and messing up my frontal lobes and no, you are looking at every single night, the sober me. Yeah, it's just the way it is. All right, kids. 12 years. Wow. I'm so glad Kimberly is here tonight. I can take a break because she is amazing. She's absolutely amazing. My next event coming up, of course, is the Conscious Life Expo, February 20th through the 23rd, 2026 at the LAX Hilton. And I have been hosting this event now for 12 years, 10 years, 12 years with Kimberly. Kimberly's always there. And I do want to share this. You've got to come to the Conscious Life Expo if you can make it. This weekend on Sunday, we had a little get together at the LAX Hilton, the Conscious Life Expo crew, and all of the producers, the production team, and we did a table read of a play. Yes, and they asked me to be in this play. It's myself, Daniel Brinkley, and Debbie Dashinger, and the play is called Judgment Day, 3-person play with some other stuff, special effects. It's really cool, really well done, and I get to play the bad guy. Yeah, I do. And so we had that table read today, yesterday, and going through it and reading. The play is excellent. It's really, really, really well done and well written by Robert Quicksilver, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so for us to do this on prime time in front of everybody on Saturday night, it's going to be amazing. So come to the Conscious Life Expo and come check us out in this play, starring Debbie Dashinger. She's amazing. Okay, all right. So speaking of the Conscious Life Expo, when I think of the Conscious Life Expo, I always think of Kimberly, because for years we were roommates. Yeah. Kimberly, I'm telling everybody our inside story. We're roommates because our booths were always next to each other, and we just got to hang out, and she is just absolutely amazing. And so tonight we're going to talk about how she got to where she got to, her work with soul frequency. We're going to be doing that too as well. We're also going to do a big reveal tonight that I found out right before showtime what that is. Well, we may even jump straight into that, actually. Yeah. And then later on, if we have some time, I'll try to make time. And so will Kimberly. We will do some readings with some Fadernauts in the chat. All right. So when we do announce, and I'll remind the mods about this, when we get to that point and announce it, one question and put it in all caps. And the question is not a paragraph. It's just a simple little thing. It's a little holiday gifting from Kimberly to all of you. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk about a powerful new evolution in her abilities. That's right, the soul frequency readings, where symbols, numbers, and codes deliver messages from guides and angels for humanity's next phase of awakening. So we'll be talking about that and much more tonight. If you're not familiar, if tonight is the first time that you've seen or heard from Kimberly, we'll talk about her special abilities and how that actually happens. Her websites are below over on our website and, of course, on social media. I would like to welcome back to Fade to Black the one and only Kimberly Meredith. She's right there looking divine in this holiday season.
Hi, Jimmy. Happy anniversary.
You're supposed to say thank you.
Thank you. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, 12 years. That's crazy, isn't it?
Yes.
12 years. It's like, where did it all go? But okay. So I just mentioned when I think, I just look at the past and Conscious Life Expo and what it means to me, I always think of you. Okay. Now, do you think of me when you think of Conscious Life Expo?
I do think of you. I think of when I started there, how I got discovered there, and my miracle healings that I do and my readings. And then I think of you next to me in my booth being my roommate, and how I always saw you in your Fadernaut t-shirts, and how when I first started there years ago, and then how my life has changed so much, and how, like the 12 years, like so fast.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's absolutely crazy. But we were always, and that's the other thing, you and I could always talk and hang out and find time, for each other at the Conscious Life Expo. And like I said, you and I have spent so much time there together. So when I think of it, there's certain things that click, and you're just one. You're just, all right, it's warm and fuzzy. It's the holidays. I'm feeling all warm and fuzzy. It's been a minute, though, since you've been on the show. What have you been up to?
I'm doing a lot of service work in the community of LA. I have my clinic still open in Los Angeles where I do a lot of readings and healings and root cause finding. I have a lot of online platform events that I do, and still doing that. And I have my radio show, the Medical Intuitive Miracle Show, that we run on Tuesday nights. And yeah, I'm doing a lot of, really trying to help people awaken to higher dimensional frequencies and learn how to heal themselves and tap into their own angels and guides, and working a little bit more in the galactic community.
Really? You're dipping your toes in that water. Okay. Well,
Well, yeah.
that's a good segue. Now, see, in the world of radio, that's what we call a segue. And now, you're a big time radio host now. So you know you know all these terms. Yeah. I remember okay, so check this out. In the world of radio, the real world, not podcasts, radio, FCC, you're in a studio. There is a thing called a clock. Okay. And so a clock is what you do every hour, and it's set at 6:08 commercial till 6:11, return until 6:15, news until 6:28, you know what I mean? It's a clock, and okay, it's called a clock, a studio clock, and it's very important that you know your studio clock. Every show's a little bit different and so forth. Anyway, so I get hired at Coast to Coast, and Lisa calls me, the boss, right? The big boss, the intimidating Lisa Lyon. She's retired now, so I can talk shit. And so Lisa calls me, and she's wonderful, love her to death. But she calls me and she goes, "Okay, did you get your studio clock?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, did you take a look at it?" I go, "Yeah." And she goes, "Okay, are you good?" I go, "Yeah." She goes, "Okay, all right. So anyway, let's talk about some other stuff." I hang up the phone. I'm like, what the F is a studio clock? What is she talking about? I had to go and read about it. I had to go and find out. They sent me the actual studio clock later. But yeah, it was so funny. Did you get it? Yeah. And I'm thinking about, what is she? And I was thinking clock.
Yeah.
I was thinking clock. So anyway, nice segue. And Ken Priest, he's in the chat and he goes, "Okay, man. So what's the big reveal tonight with Kimberly?" Well, oh, by the way, Ken, I'll just let you know, I was thinking about you and talking about you this weekend. I had some people over at the house, and somebody found your restaurant hat that you gave me, and they asked me about it, and we talked about you. And so it's just weird that I see you tonight in the chat, and so that's what that was about. Okay, the big reveal. Okay, in this community, Kimberly, and I think this pans out to the rest of the world. If everybody stepped back and looked at their life at some moment that seemed strange at the time, but then they kind of forgot about it because life got in the way, and the next thing you know, years go by. But if you go back and you start to analyze these special moments, that there could be something more to it. And when they go back and discover that and look into it, they may find out something about themselves. It could be a UFO sighting. It could be maybe an abduction. Maybe it's even something like a near-death experience or some poltergeist activity in the house, whatever it is, but they don't talk about it. And they don't talk about it because they're uncomfortable about their image or their family or school or the workplace. And they just keep these things to themselves. You're not an exception, are you? Say, no, I'm not, Jimmy.
No, I'm not.
Because I'm going to let you tell the story, and I'm hearing it here for the first time. But something happened in 2017. What was it?
Yeah. Well, leading in, I've been a documented medical intuitive, researched, practicing my medical intuitive abilities. So I'd already had come out as a near-death experiencer and documented medical intuitive healer. And I already had come out with that. So I had an encounter as a contactee. And so after that contactee encounter, I didn't feel comfortable ever coming out about it until today on your show.
Now, okay, so 2017, prior to that, and of course, we're talking about ET and contact, everybody, and officially like an experiencer, but before 2017, nothing like that.
Well, in case if people don't know who I am a researched medical intuitive NDEer. I was born with psychic mediumship abilities, and I blink with my eyes, and I have abilities that are telepathic.
And by the way, everybody, it's extraordinary to experience.
Communication.
It's extraordinary to watch you work. It's extraordinary. I remember I was standing next to you. Okay, I'm going to tell everybody one of my first experiences with Kimberly. Kimberly and I are standing talking by ourselves, one-on-one. And I asked her a question, and then she looks up and she starts blinking with her eye. And she goes, okay, all right, I've got part of your answer. I go, wait, what? And you explained it to me then. And then I've seen you speak, and I've seen you do stuff with people, but it's extraordinary to watch. It's a tremendous gift that you have. It's just amazing.
Yeah. So just to lead up, I have my abilities that I do. My mediumship abilities are through my eye blinking. I blink codes. So anyway, leading up to my contactee story, I was out of my near-death experience, which was in 2013. 2014 and 15, I started coming out into the world, doing my work. And I was holding a small little gathering in my facility that I had lived at the time. And we were starting to have, sorry if I get emotional, this gathering, which was a spiritual community gathering. And what happened was that on this day, 5 people came over to my home where I was at the time, not where I currently am. And before I had my near-death experience, I was involved in nursing. And 2 of the people that came were from the hospital that I worked at, which was 2 respiratory therapists. And also, I just want everybody to know, before I'm able to come out with this contactee story, I asked my guides if it's safe to reveal this story. And they said it was okay for me to reveal it now at this current time.
We're on the edge of our seat. Okay, so
I got the heads up to reveal it. Okay, so I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know how many people were here before other people arrived.
Oh no, yeah, let's go. Yeah,
okay, so there's five people that were here, 2 respiratory therapists, and there were 2 other ladies that had known me previously before my near-death experience. So picture yourself at this little sweet gathering with cookies and flowers and things like that. And gentleman that I knew from another spiritual community showed up with a ET humanoid that I didn't know at the time was. And they came in and they were sitting across at the couch, and I was sitting across the room. And they were talking loud, and the humanoid, I would call him, what are they called? A tall gray, whatever. I didn't know what he was at the time. He was 7'5", around that, with the other person that brought him, who I know, who is also very tall. He was talking about that he was in the military and he had an NDE, and he was very loud. He's like, I'm in the military and I had an NDE like you. And I was across the room with my friend who was also in the nursing community. There was 2 people, respiratory therapists, another CNA, and then 2 other ladies. The other people that were invited to the group had not come yet. Nobody had been coming in yet, except for my one spiritual friend he's also 6'2". And then I didn't know who the person, well, not person, ET, humanoid. He's saying very loudly, I had an NDE and I was working at the military when this happened. So I was across the room and I said, okay. And he came over towards me and he said, I need to talk to you for a minute. Give me your hand. And I said, what? And he said, give me your hand. And when I went over to him, he grabbed my hand. And when he grabbed my hand, he shocked my hand. And when he shocked my hand, I flew backwards. And when I flew backwards, he shocked me all the way through my arm and into my heart. And when I flew back, his eyes morphed. And for the 3 people beside me saw his eyes completely turn yellow.
What? Wow. Okay.
Oh no, it gets more.
I'm sure it does. Okay.
So I don't know if you want me to finish it.
It's your show. I'm just here to hanging out. I'm just a facilitator for Kimberly Meredith.
So
okay.
yeah,
Okay. I just wanted to ask you. So you get shocked. You fall back. Was it at that point like you're falling, like it's a camera shot in a movie, right? You're looking at his back, and his eyes turn yellow.
His eyes turned yellow. And okay, I don't want to stop because it's many years ago and it kind of like stops me. And it's of course, because I'm feeling it. And it was very bad. So let's just keep going. Okay. So he zapped my arm. I shouldn't have shook his hand. So when he shook my hand, it went through my arm into my heart. And then I looked at him and his eyes went like that. 3 other people that right now we could call and they would say yes, but we don't want to involve them right now. But they all saw it. And I went back and I came forward and I looked at him and I said, let me go. And then he went in again, telepathically looking at me. Okay, I have enough. And then he looked at the friend and he goes, let's go. But my girlfriend, the respiratory therapist, she screamed, let her go. And he went like this, stop. And he froze her. And she went like that. She could not move. And then I fell back and I went like out like that for a minute. And then my other friend, he said, the tall white, He got up and they goes, let's go. And they both got over. And my heart, I went like into like kind of a little bit of a seizure. And I was, my heart was really, really badly hurting me. And the girlfriend's fiance, he said a really bad word, like, what the, like that. And he goes, like, I don't remember, it was like so loud, like whatever, like going in my head. And I was feeling like I was dying. And then the girl, my friend, she just got, she collapsed. And then they left. Okay. Now that was a damper on the whole party. Okay. So then everybody, okay. So then everybody that was starting to come in. So then they left and everyone was starting to come in, was like, what's going on? Like, I was like, what's going on? So we're not going to tell them we just had this
ET here. Yeah.
Just came and he was tall and he looked like a human. And then he went into this other, thing. And I'm like, I saw his eyes, and my friend's like, I saw his eyes. And then other words, and he was calling his son, and his son's like, really? I wanted to see that. He called his son lives in San Francisco. He goes, you wouldn't believe what we just saw. And his son goes, is that a tall or is that a long head? And his son, and why this is going on, I'm on the couch, I can hardly breathe, and my heart is hurting me really bad where I can't get my breath. Okay. Now guess what happens next?
I have no idea.
Okay. It's not funny. Okay.
You're laughing. I'm not laughing. I just peed on myself, Kimberly. I peed just a little bit.
They are absolutely here. This is real. I haven't wanted to say about it because I just didn't want to, but I have to say about it because it is real. Okay. Now, when he looked at me and he looked at his friend, he says, I got enough. Let's go.
Yeah.
Now,
what was that about, man?
He said he got enough information. Now, wait till what happened. So after this all settled and they still had the food and I didn't want to do the service. Like I was supposed to give like a service and all that. I was never able to do that because I hear messages, I'm a psychic, medium. I kept hearing, you're going to be okay. God is with you. God is with you. God is with you. I kept hearing a message. God is with you. The Holy Spirit is with you. You're going to be okay. The Holy Spirit's with you. All of a sudden, I can't reveal the man that brought the humanoid here, but he came back the same day. So he comes back, he knocks on the door. I'm like, what are you doing here? And my friend goes to the door. He says, you're okay. It's okay. Kimberly, you're okay. They're going to leave you alone. I said, leave me alone. Why are they even bothering me? Why did you even bring him to me? He goes, they're going to leave you alone. They got the information they wanted to get. Why did you bring him here to me? Why did you ever bring him to me in the first place? And he goes, they live here. They live close by here. Where? And he was trying to say Beverly Hills or somewhere there in a hotel.
Venice Beach.
Yeah, whatever. I don't want to say it. So he goes, they got enough information from you, what they needed. And my eyes were blinking like they are. You can see right now, spontaneously with the codes. And he goes, you don't need to be afraid. You don't need to be afraid. They're not going to bother you anymore. He's not going to bother you. He got enough information. I said, what information? I kept asking him. And he goes, it's okay. He's not bad. He's not going to bother you. And I said, you know what? I said, I don't want you ever coming here again. You're not my friend.
That's right.
You leave and don't come again. So he left. And then, okay, you're going to think this is fair. Probably, maybe you're going to think this is bizarre. But I walked back in the house And they're blinking right now really fast because I feel good about telling this, but I heard listen to go listen to Jim Carrey. Listen to Jim Carrey movies and watch something that's going to make you laugh, and make you, so for the next 2 days I just watched movies that were making me laugh and bringing back the energy into my heart, because the heart that that he shocked me was so hardcore. So I just was with my girlfriend, and we just watched movies so my heart could feel better. And then weeks later, my telepathy was sharpened faster and my downloads were upgraded. But I asked my guides, is this humanoid going to come back around anymore? And they kept saying no. But I didn't want to come out with a story, but this is absolutely 100%. They are already here, and they're already, as we know, there's many abductees and there are many contactees, and I'm one of them. And he came here and visited me.
Have you seen him again? Has he come back around?
I have seen other ETs. They visited me when they've wanted healings, but they've never shocked me or tried to get information from me like this one did. I've been in contact, but never like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Never like that before. And they've come to events and things, but never, or like I said, the office for healings and things like that. Or I take energies off of people that have had, entities or things that I do, because I'm able to do that. And perhaps he did want some sort of information. But since that's happened, I've never had another encounter.
Maybe you and I can talk off the air. I want a description of this
Hall,
person.
Charles Hall.
Yeah. But I have met someone a couple of times. Very strange coincidences each time that I bumped into this person. Very tall. That's all I'm going to say there. I don't want to say anything else, but
yeah,
I suspect something strange about this person. So that's why I'll talk to you off air, and I'm just curious. I'm just curious.
Through the guides, they know who's like Octarian, Starseed, Pleiadian, like we know pretty fast, but we also know who is other origins.
Wow, that's it. And his eyes turned yellow.
Absolutely. And the thing that I didn't care for was he tricked me. He was saying he had NDEs from the military, and then come over and hold his hand, and then the power and the telepathy, which I when I was a child, I did telepathy. I know telepathy, and I could tell how he was trying to get into my energy field. And sometimes I know that they can take your gifts away, or they can get into your energy field. I mean, anyway, I have to share the story because many people don't believe, and I'll go under a lie detector test if you want me. But that day happened, and there's 5 people that were here and witnessed it. And some of those people that were here are afraid. And I have to say, I am not afraid.
There's something else. I've been addressing this more and more. Our community.
That's right. They con you. I like what they're just saying really fast. They con you if you allow them. And you know what? I think the reason why he left is because you see this cross around my neck?
Mm-hmm.
I'm with God, and I'm with the Holy Spirit. And that's what he said.
This community is so trusting. And we, like you, right? You've got an open door, you're doing a thing, and people are coming in. It's not like you have security at the door and you're checking ID, and that's I bet you handle things differently now, don't you?
I
I know you do.
you see me out there. I'm not huggy. I'm not shaking hands.
Yeah. It's that now
I do the
did
blinking
you
test.
yeah, I'm watching. Did you get any other details about why you? Were you able to find anything out?
I have, and I've done some research with some other disclosure information. I think that they wanted he wanted, or whether his colleague, ET humanoid people, that he's not people, but humanoid information, is that I have the ability, which I was born with, and been tested at all these research institutes, and they probably had me flagged about this ability that I have that's sort of unique, that is very high dimensional, that hasn't really been seen anywhere, is where I can just put my finger on something and it zaps away. So it goes like that. And that's something that they can do. So they probably were investigating that ability that I have.
Interesting.
Yes.
Were you able to look? I'm not in any way cracking a joke here.
No,
Were you able to look inside of your head and access what he accessed? Do you have any idea?
I'm asking them.
Yeah, I know you are.
No, I think he was more interested in accessing information. I think from the solar part of the probably like the telomeres, and also from my heart. He was getting information from the heart and from some sort of frequency from a part of my brain.
Wow.
Because he pulled it from my heart.
Right. What did the shock feel like? And then we'll move on.
Yeah. The shock from my heart, it felt like I was having a heart attack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It did give me a little bit of a seizure. My friend, I can't say his name, but my friend is in the medical field also, because that's where I came from. There was 2 people here from medical. He said I had like a little bit of a seizure.
Incredible. Were there anything longer lasting after that? Did you have things? Did you have any physical issues after that, or?
No, I feel it's interesting that I kept hearing the guides say, just keep watching. I know it's weird. I was watching Jim Carrey. I know you probably don't expect me to say that, but
No,
I
that
just
works.
watching Jim Carrey movies and laughing was bringing me back. Yeah, and drinking lots of fluids and but I was fearful. I think sometimes, I feel like sometimes, I think anyone that's been a contactee feels like maybe they may show up again or come around or something like that. But this isn't something that's like in a movie. It's not something like made up. This is real. They are really here. And if there's something they're interested about you, they're going to maybe come around, but it doesn't mean they're going to kill you or always abduct you. It may be just something they want to find out about you.
I have a Jim Carrey story I want to share with you. It's really funny. So the movie The Mask comes out. I'm living in Sherman Oaks, over on Cedros and Dickens, behind where Tower Records used to be, right? On Ventura, on Dickens. So I'm living there, got a condo. and The Mask comes out, the movie.
Yeah, he's scary in that.
Yeah. So I go to the movie theaters right there at by the behind In and Out. You know where In and Out is, right?
Yeah.
On Manhattan. So I go to the movie theaters there. I don't know if they're still there, but anyway, I go see The Mask, and I'm sitting in the audience and I'm watching the movie, and I look, the bank manager in the beginning of the movie, he's in the movie, is my next door neighbor, Eamon Roche. And I'm watching, I'm like, damn, he looks like Eamon, right? Right?
Yeah,
And I'm watching the movie,
that is very interesting.
and I'm like, what the heck? And I wait, wait for the credit. There he is, right? Eamon Roche. And I go, get out of here. So I get in my car, I go home. This is my next door neighbor, not downstairs, not down the street, my next door neighbor. And I'm walking out, I go up, pop, 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 pop. He answers the door. He goes, hey, man, what's up? You want to play golf this weekend? I said, The Mask? And he goes, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's out, right? What do you mean it's out? You could have told me. I play golf with this guy every week. He's my neighbor for years and years, 10 years. I live next door to him. And he's an actor. His dad's an actor and so forth.
Yeah.
But I didn't know that about him. I didn't know. He was just my neighbor, Eamon. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was in The Mask.
I feel, I don't remember. That weekend I watched Winnie the Pooh. I watched a lot of different things. I mean, I watched all kinds of things just to bring back the feeling. I mean, if you've ever had a physical heart attack or anything like that, it felt like that. And, the shock to my hand was just, like that, like almost like a physical heart attack. Yeah. So, and
I
I've never
wonder. Well, you said something very interesting. I want to go back and address this. Now that you've met one, shook a hand, have you noticed anything strange when you walk down the street? Do you see anybody that kind of feels alien-ish?
Well, now this is many years later. So, and I am when I say psychic medium, I'm a trance channeler. I do Edgar Casey work. So I've upgraded a lot since then. So now on top of that, I am doing work with the galactic. And now, yes. So your answer is yes. So now, since then, everything has upgraded and they have upgraded and they are here more than ever. So yes, when I am around and I'm stores or wherever I go, I think I am very much on high alert because that has happened to me. And I feel, and I'm also, really, I connect more to the Palladians. And so
what did you now? So you read other people. Did you pick up on anything from him? Did you get a quick read on him?
Back then, when I was first starting out, I had just the thing. No, they threw me all off that day. But now, when I go back to think about him, if he's a Palladian or an Arcturian or a Nordic, he's a tall white Nordic, so he's connected to Palladians.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah, so he's more.
Yeah.
He got a good zap. I felt like I could have died that day.
Well, I've met maybe a half a dozen people that have told me that they were hybrids. All right. And out of that half a dozen, might be a little more, but out of all of them, I think one was legit. I think everybody else was just full of shit.
Yeah. This is a legit.
Yeah, no. So one was legit. And the other person that I'm talking about, who I'm wondering if it's the same person, that guy has had my attention. Had my attention for about 10 years. And I've seen him weird coincidences too, like bumping into, like weird. I ran into him in another country once.
Oh, wow.
I was like, what's going on?
Maybe I could be hired as like an alien detector where I go around with people and, and scam them.
Yeah, so I've always looked at I've never been comfortable
Yeah.
around him. And you've seen me in public. I don't give a crap. I get
Yeah.
along with everybody. I'm in, hanging out with thousands of people. It's my thing. I'm comfortable with everybody. Doesn't matter who you are, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I love that. Not him. No, man. It was
Yeah.
really uncomfortable.
I get that.
Really uncomfortable.
Yeah. I
He's never
get that.
done anything bad to me or anything
Yeah.
like that, but he has said some things that really made me think.
Yeah.
That really made me think. Have you ever I'm trying to think of the name of the movie. The Man Who Lived Forever?
Benjamin,
And
Benjamin Button.
no. I think that's the name of the movie.
Oh,
It's a movie about a college professor who he quits the college that he's at here in Southern California, invites people over to the house, other professors. He's packing his car, he's moving. And while he sits down and has this little get together, he tells them all that he's immortal, that he was Neanderthal, and he was 40,000 years old, I think is what he said.
wow.
And so he walks him through different things, and they kept asking him. He goes, man, memories over 40,000. I don't remember everything. You're asking me details. Do you remember what you did for what you wore for your birthday last year? You don't remember those things. And you're asking me to remember something, from 10,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, Christ, the crucifix, whatever it is, dinosaurs, And so the guy that I'm talking about said
Hmm.
weird stuff to me like that. Just like really strange
Well, if they're putting
things.
their hand out or asking you or pretending they're like, I don't know if he ever was in the military, something like that, or these stories, that's a clue that they're coming at you for something. It all happened so fast for me and throwing me off. So that's the stories, like you're saying, like a story thing. It was very, yeah, like you're
Uh,
saying.
uh,
I
I'm
am.
gonna I'm gonna see if hold on for a second. I'm gonna get this movie.
Yeah, I want to know what the
Man,
movie.
it's called Man from Earth.
Oh, Man from Earth. Yeah, I see some
Yeah,
people in the
man.
chat putting things in there about the movie.
Yeah,
Man from
here is Man from Earth, the best film
Earth.
ever made. It's that good. It's really, really good.
Yeah, my guide's
Uh,
saying it. Yeah,
yeah, it's really good. The Man from Earth.
I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna watch that for the holidays.
It's so good.
Man from Earth. Okay.
Yeah, and there's a Man from Earth Part 2.
Okay.
But yeah, is it the best movie ever made? I want to get somebody pop up. Yeah, Ken just said it's really great. It is. Bill, just pop that up. Just pop it up. Pop it up. The Man from Earth from 2007. Just get the link up in the chat. Okay, so how? Let's set this up for when we come back after the break. How did you get your? I know you said you were born with it, but you had your near death experience, and then other things started to happen. Um, what? At what point did you realize that you were gifted?
I knew that I was unusual, like with some unusual gifts around 7 years old, because I was blinking and communicating with spirit really little. And I had seen paranormal things going on when I was young. And I was expelled from school from doing healings on animals and also healings on my grandmother and telling kids I was reincarnated and things like that back in the day when I was little was not normal to do. So I was always being reprimanded for doing things that were not normal to do. And I would see dead people. And so I was always different like that. And so, and then when it really blew out was after my NDE, when I had crossed over at the hospital when I coded, I lost, my life. And when I came home from the hospital, I had several injuries. I was in a wheelchair for 2 years, recuperating. I started to hear messages again, like when I was little. I pushed it down for years, and then my eyes started blinking, and I got these gifts that I became a full-blown medical intuitive and psychic medium, and I couldn't stop it becoming this trans channeler. And it just, when I say blew out huge, it really did. I got discovered in my home by lots of people, were coming to me for readings and healings, and I couldn't stop it from happening. It was just the plan. And I say, when you're having a plan happen, I feel like it was planned before you get here. We all have gifts, we all have abilities, and sometimes we push them away, and then sometimes we just say, yeah, I'm ready for it to happen. And I feel like I don't know if I was ever really ready for it to happen. I feel like it kind of just happened when I came in the world, and then it was just kind of God's plan.
So many life's journey. Well, life's journey is a trip, right?
It really
Life's
is.
journey it's a trip, because if you look back, you look where you are right now, right? Who you are. You're beautiful, you're smart, you're funny. I love hanging out with you. So does everybody else. And then life's journey brought you here. And if you look back, so many will take an experience like yours and turn that into tragedy, and look back and just like, man, I can't catch a break. And they want to play the victim. Or you look at that as not only a lesson, but it's the universe. And it's hard to, in the moment, to look at it that way. But here you are now, and you can look back and go, that's exactly when it kicked off. And I found my bliss, and I was able to start my path and my journey. It's extraordinary, isn't it? What life is.
It really is, and life is really like it goes like that, and it's so fast. And I had a life like over there doing that, and then now I'm over here, and I accept where it's going in the next 10 years. Hopefully, I'm here. But the thing is, like you're saying, I feel like it's so interesting how things just kind of move in different directions. And you're right. When I came home, I was really, I don't want to say a bad word, but I was messed up. And I could have just sat there and took drugs and been high. And the ET would have come visited me probably, but I don't know if he would have. But I'm just saying that I decided to listen. Like someone said, Morse code. That was so cool. They did start doing the blinking and the codes, and I started writing out what they were saying to me, and I had to figure out the codes, what they were communicating. And I never ever heard of like Esther Hicks, or I didn't know channelers or what they were doing, because I was born doing it like a singer or a piano player. I just was born with like that. And then it just started coming back. And then people were coming over to the house, and I was scanning them, and I would say, oh, you have cancer, and you have this, and you have that. And they were blinking. And then all of a sudden, I just kind of turned into who I am now.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful. There's a moment in I don't want to say the movie. I hate doing the Hollywood comparisons, but there's a line in this movie which is, just be who you are. Just be you. And it's so difficult. I mean, I like going up to people, and especially when I meet them for the first time, and they want to ask me questions, or they're smiling, or they want to take a selfie, and they want to do these things, and I know what the moment is for them, what what it means. But this is what they say a lot: it's really you. Well, you know what I say back?
What?
Are you really you?
I
I'll
like,
stop them right in their tracks and let them go, oh, what? And let them think about that for a couple of days. Are you really you? Have you let that out? It's a very freeing thing when you realize who you are. And, today's self-awareness is such a big term, but it's an important term. And are you who you are? Right? It's
yeah,
and people think it's easy. Man, that's one of the most friggin' hardest things you can do
it's really
is
cool to be really, really who you really are, and
yeah,
not, and even if it's fragment, if it's not, you know, perfect. And I mean, I'm not perfect by no means, but I love, remember the singer from Queens? I love him. Freddie, the guy.
Freddie Mercury.
Yeah, I loved him so much. And I love music. I love music so much. And I always cry because, I'm not perfect by no means, but people will say, you just healed me. You just dissolved this in my body. And I always say, no, I didn't. I didn't do that. You did it. You did that. You believed in the higher omnipresent, the miracles. You're a miracle. You did that. And when I see like a singer like him, or Led Zeppelin, or those guys, they're in that high dimension. They're in
Totally.
that frequency. Yeah, and they're being them. They're being real.
And it's so hard. We're just talking about Jim Carrey and the mask. It's so hard. It's so hard to take off the mask.
Yes.
When you meet somebody for the first time, you're not meeting them.
Right.
You're meeting who they want you to meet.
Exactly.
You follow what I'm saying? It's like everybody's acting. Man, quit acting. Just be you. Don't be ashamed. Just be you. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Yeah, it's so funny. When I get around a group of, and we'll take a break here in a second. When I get around a group of my friends, or in this community, it is so lovely when you go in the room, because you can tell the bullshit is left at the door.
Yeah.
Right? Everybody is just them. And I love that. I love the honesty. There's so much. That's one of the things about this community. There's a
That's
lot of honesty. There's some shysters around. There's some people we have to keep our eyes on and keep in check. And we do that naturally. We police our own pretty well. It's pretty funny at a conference, and I know you've experienced this. Wow, I haven't seen what's her name in about 5 years. Well, the jury spoke.
I feel like,
we have a way, don't we, of cleansing.
yeah, I feel like it's the time right now as we move into this, like, we leave the 3D world, which is like we're revealing more of the love and the good in people, and the third dimension is revealing more of the people that are kind of in this fake facade.
Yeah.
So I think it's clearing out a lot, and where we don't have to even feel like we're going to have to work so hard to find our soul tribe. So that's cool.
Yeah. And social media has allowed people to start acting. and wear a mask.
Oh yeah, I
You
can't
know,
watch.
they've got an avatar of somebody who they, some picture, some fake, whatever, of somebody that they want to be. Okay. Could be
Yeah,
a rapper, could be a rock star, could be this, could be a model, could be whatever, but that's there.
yeah.
And they play that persona. They play that persona. And so they'll do it in comments and in posting. And then you find out later, and I've had this happen a couple of times, like, you are something that's not you, right? It's like who I'm looking at right now is
It's a
not
different
that.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And social media, the computers, AI now allows people to put themselves in movies, make some video shorts, with the perfect AI body.
oh my gosh. I
It's
haven't investigated the AI too much. My guys, when you ask if they like AI, this is the eye that says no, and this is the eye that says yes. They're saying they are not too keen on it.
yeah, we're getting ahead of our skis on AI. And it's really funny. We're like 2-3 years into this phenomena, and the promises and the image of what AI was going to be,
Yeah,
it ain't smart. It's not this, it's not that. It lies, it hallucinates a lot.
yeah.
It just makes shit up, Kimberly.
My higher guys, I don't know if you guys like it here, but my guys of the higher intelligence, they keep going, no, no, no. At this point, they're saying it's causing uh, more trouble than it's going to be good. They're saying no.
What we have to do, we have to take a break right here.
Okay.
But there must be a way, and then we'll come back and we'll get into what a medium is, what a psychic is, and all of this stuff. But and the phenomena is too entrenched now with AI. I don't know if we can back up. I don't know if there's
They're
room to
saying,
back up the car.
yeah, they're saying no. Yeah.
Yeah. Kimberly Meredith is with us. Kimberly, stay right there. When we come back, let's get into this, and we'll see if we can squeeze in some holiday readings for the
Okay.
Fadernauts too as well. Kimberly, stay right there. We'll be right back. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. This is Fade to Black. Stay with us. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to get your alerts and access to over 2,000 videos. Click that subscribe button right now. Go to jimmychurchradio.com and get the Fade to Black official podcast. 2,000 episodes, all of them commercial free for just $2 a month. I am hosting, speaking, and presenting once again for the Conscious Life Expo, the largest conference of its type in the world. February 20th through the 23rd, 2026 at the LAX Hilton. Speakers, event, and schedule easy. Just visit consciouslifeexpo.com. I will be hosting and speaking at the Sedona Ascension Retreat, March 20th through the 22nd, 2026 in Sedona, Arizona. An amazing list of speakers, and it's beautiful Sedona. Come and hang out with us and just go to SedonaAscensionRetreats.com. I'm heading back to the Midwest for the Contact Modalities Expo, May 1st through 3rd, 2026, in Delavan, Wisconsin, at the Lake Resort. It is beautiful. This is a great conference right in the heart of the Midwest, where I'm from. I'll see you there. Just go to Contact Modalities Expo, that's XPO.com. I will be hosting and presenting once again at Contact in the Desert. That's May 28th through June 1st, 2026, the largest UFO conference in the world. Come and hang out with us June 23rd through July 1st. Tickets and everything else that you need is at contactinthedesert.com. Want to change your life? Want that paradigm shift? Then visit Peru with Brian Forster and myself for the Inca Celebration of the Sun, June 23rd through July 1st, 2026. A full 10 days of visiting the country, all of the amazing sights, and of course, the celebration of the winter solstice. It's all simple to do. Go to hiddenincatours.com. Come join us for the Monty Python Scotland Tour, August 1st through the 9th, 2026. This is a once-in-a-lifetime event where you get to go to the castles from Monty Python and the Holy Grail. August 1st through the 9th, 2026. Just visit HaleyARamsey.com. Watch Into the Vortex on Gaia TV. It's Fade to Black for the screen. Simple to do. Go to Gaia.com, search Jimmy Church, or click on the link below. Follow Fade to Black on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Get all of the show updates every single day. It's now called X, but who cares? Go to jimmychurchradio.com and become a Fadernaut. Get a membership. That's right. Everything is commercial free. You have access to downloads, and you get to call yourself a Fadernaut.
Jimmy Church, Gaia TV, Fade to Black, here at Machu Picchu with Brian Forster and Hidden Inca Tours. Amazing tour so far, Brian, but we're here to announce what we're going to do next year in 2026. What's going on?
Okay, November 2026, we're going to have our major tour of Peru and Bolivia, either a pre or post tour of Paracas and Nazca on the coast. And then after that, 6 days in Easter Island.
Bucket list, Easter Island. Come join Brian and I and his amazing team here at Hidden Inca Tours for Peru, Bolivia, and Easter Island. Signing out. Say goodbye, Brian.
Bye, gang.
River Moon Coffee, makers of the Fade to Black blend. Truly the best coffee on planet Earth. Just visit rivermoonwellness.com or their Amazon store. It's all simple to do. You can check out the Fade to Black blend, the Game Changer blend, or any of their Black Moon Wellness products. It's the only coffee I drink. It is the best, and it's Doc. Again, rivermoonwellness.com. All right, welcome back. Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church tonight. Kimberly Meredith is back with us. One of my dear friends and very, very, very talented. She's a psychic. She's a medium. She's a channeler and many other things too as well. She has the gift, and it's truly amazing. And Kimberly, I wanted to ask you, what's the difference between a medical intuitive and a healer? Is that two different things?
Yeah, medical intuitive is somebody that can find out the root cause of why someone has a medical condition, physical, emotional. So I channel Edgar Casey, and I'm a psychic. And then also a medium is someone that can channel the afterlife. So someone that gets hits from the other side. So I do both, and I'm also a trance channeler. So I go into deep trance. So I do when I got my gifts, after my NDEs, I kind of blew out all of it. So I do all of that. And, I really enjoy it. I'm also a healer too. So I lay hands and do healing. So this is my life.
That's pretty incredible. Can I ask you about your NDE for a second? I know we've talked about it before, but
Sure.
just in a broad sense, what do you remember about it? When you were on the other side, what do you remember?
Um, I had two, but the significance of each one of them is I had a lot of cold energy coming through my body in both of them. And I had significant chills that ran through my body in both of them. Both of them, I had a lot of coolness, chills. And I did have um, light, big ball of light go through my chest and my eyes. And I feel like that was a confirmation of God, the Holy Spirit. And I feel that also um, was also a frequency that started the eye blinking again. I feel like it was kind of this energy frequency. And when I went to the other side, I really felt a very calming energy, a very soothing light frequency where I'm not afraid of dying. I feel very relieved, like it's safe, it's good, and there's really no death, because when I was over there, I did have, a feeling like this is just like our bodies is like a meat body, like this is our soul. My soul was there, and I did see my relative. I saw I never had met her in this life because I'm half Italian. My shamanic grandmother, I saw her, and she had gifts. And when I came back, I had mentioned to my Italian aunt, "This is the woman I saw." And she goes, "That's your great grandmother. She died before you were born." And I did see lots of different images, like were flashed in my face. So things like that went on both times. So this was interesting for me, but at both times was a lot of coolness and a lot of lights coming through me. Um,
Did you, how long, I'm going to say the big one, for the big one.
yeah,
How long were you on the other side?
they said about 4.5 minutes that I was
Wow.
shocked. Yeah. And I don't want to get into the details, but it's very, it's really I'm blessed that I was able to come back because I did have significant injury, elements to survive to come back. It wasn't like, oh, you're just here now and you're
Right.
healthy.
Right.
Yeah. So I've had some, things to overcome to be here. And how I stay healed is by healing other people and giving service. So it's not like, oh, come back and go to Europe and go to Rome and go around having a blast. It's like I have to understand the rules of what God Spirit wants me to do, which is the rules that I have to work for the Holy Spirit. I have to work for the omnipresent, for the Palladian, whatever that they want me to do, which is be in service, which is helping others learn how to be healed too and stay healed.
With my NDEs, and I was in a wheelchair too for a year after mine. But I was very young. I was 20.
Yeah.
And so, and I didn't meet anybody on the other side. That was the other thing. But it was interesting. I'm not going to get into the details, but here's the thing.
Yeah.
When I came out, I remembered everything, and I was in a coma for 4 days, right? And all of these things happened during that. So when my eyes opened, I remembered everything.
Wow.
It was really a trip. I didn't know that they were death experiences. I didn't know. I just thought, I was tripping out. I was dreaming and so forth. But it was pretty unbelievable. But here's the thing. I didn't if I came away from anything, because I was too young, right? I was 20, right?
Yeah.
But I tell you what I when I left the hospital a month later, when I left the hospital, I realized something that nobody at that age should realize, that life is short. I mean, I came close, right? And I was like, I've got too much to do, you know? It was just a strange just thing where, okay, I've got drive now. I had drive before, but not like then. It was I was scared straight. You know what
Yeah.
I mean?
Everything speeds up. When I came home, I was there for 2.5 months, and I finally got out. Everything sped up. I don't know if that's how you felt. It just feels like everything has sped up very fast since I got out of the hospital.
If this is where my head was at, and an NDE will do this to you, or death experience for me, is everybody was coming at me, not my doctors, my friends, and they were all going, okay, man, so you got to get on Social Security. You got to do this. You've got to, I was like, "What? No,
Yeah.
no, I'm fine. I know I'm in a wheelchair. I know I can't walk. I'm wearing leg braces. I was messed up, but I was going to overcome all of that. And I did. You know, people see me now walking around and they don't have any, and it upset me so much. I remember it was like this for me, Kimberly. I think you'll appreciate this. My friend said, okay, we're going to take you to the mall. And I'm in a wheelchair. I hadn't been out of the house. I didn't want people to see me, right?
Yeah.
And we're going to take you to the mall. We're going to take you to the mall. So we go to the mall, take out the wheelchair, push me in, and push me around the mall. And I was invisible. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
People don't, they look. I owned that mall when I was a kid. When I was 16, I owned that mall. I walked around. I knew everybody that worked. I worked there. You know what I mean? I own that mall. Now I'm being pushed around in a wheelchair and I'm an invisible person. And I was like, I'm getting out of this. I don't know how. I don't know, but no,
It's
there's too
hard.
much. There's too much to do. And that was my drive. That was my drive.
Yeah, that's amazing. Um, yeah, I could see that because I was in a wheelchair, and it's embarrassed. It's hard when you're in a wheelchair. I have a lot of compassion for people in wheelchairs. It's really hard. Yeah, I can.
It's yeah, it really messed with me, you
Yeah,
know. And so anyway, I want to be uplifting. Believe me, everybody.
yeah,
Kimberly and I, very similar experiences that we went through. And Kimberly's right. She could have just tapped out, did drugs, and said, screw it. And I could have done the same thing. I could have absolutely, and no. That's if something like that happens to you in your life, like it did to me, like it did to Kimberly,
yeah,
don't tap out. Don't
yeah,
tap out. Listen to your doctors, but don't listen to your doctors. The doctors came in, Kimberly, and after a couple of weeks or maybe 3 weeks, and this doctor comes in, some specialist from somewhere,
yeah,
goes, okay, man, it's time to make adjustments. You're never going to walk again. All right. So, you need to, I know you're 20 years old, but you need to rethink everything. And I'm
yeah,
listening to him and I'm not. I swear, I'm like, nah, man, no, it ain't that kind of party. You're talking to the wrong dude. You're talking to the wrong dude. And it scared the crap out of me. And I was going to fight and get through this. So my knees are still shot out. I can't. There's a lot of things I can't do, but I can walk and
Amen.
look cool. Right.
Good.
That's all. I wanted to get up out of that wheelchair. I don't care how much it hurt, and it hurt to walk. It hurt a lot,
Yeah.
but I learned to walk normally and
Yeah.
walk through the pain. And it took years. I wasn't right, probably started to feel right till I was probably 25. Yeah. But I didn't
Yeah.
give a shit. I was walking, I got the clothes on, I got the shoes on, I smell good, my teeth are brushed, right? I'm correct. And I'm walking cool. I'm in pain. I'm walking, oh shit. But nobody knew.
Yeah. But you had the will. So that's
Yeah.
what
Mhm.
happened. You had the will to make it work.
Yeah. Yeah. So listen to your doctors, but don't listen. So much of it, which is about what you do. Your body can heal itself. Not of everything. You break your arm, go get a cast on. Okay. I'm not saying that, but your mind is strong. It's powerful. And I was able to do that. I did it on my own.
Amen. Yeah, you're powerful. We are powerful. We can do it. We can do this. Definitely. Don't take, they say to you, you have a certain disease. That's what I work with. People will come to me, at the last minute sometimes, or they'll come to me with a certain diagnosis of something, and then we can try to turn it around or work both Western and Eastern. And miracles happen all the time. I mean, everyone deserves to have a miracle.
When I go to Peru or anywhere, right? And I'm standing there and I'm looking at these ancient stone stairways that are going up the side of this mountain for a half a mile, right? And we're gonna walk up, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, all right, here we go. But you know what? What's the choice? I'm gonna you guys go, I'm gonna stay down here because I can't. Bullshit. Go.
You go
Climb that mountain. I get to the top. I'm tore up. I'm not saying I get up there going, woohoo. No, I get up there and sit and go, whoa, but I do it. And I don't announce to everybody, hey, I've got bad legs, or I've got this, or I've got that, or this happened to me. No, it's not about that. No. I was with a group. God, I feel like I'm telling too many stories. I'll make this really quick. I'm with a group, and there's like 30 of us. And one of the people in the group, and I swear on all that is holy, this is true. Guy was 80 years old, came with his daughter. Okay. Now he's already old. A month before the trip, he broke his leg.
Oh, no.
All right. Broke his leg. But the tour is there and it's paid for. So he shows up on the tour. He's 80. He's already just like messing, he's 80 with a broken leg and crutches. And he climbed those mountains.
Wow.
He did. He was last up. He was last down.
Way to go.
I was just like, man, what an inspiration. What an inspiration. You have a choice of tapping out or not. He didn't tap out, and he was there with his daughter. I want to cry right now.
That's
Just thinking
amazing.
about that. Yeah. It was just so cool.
Yeah, that's determination, willpower, that mind over matter. I mean, age is just a number.
It is. And you know what else? I'll never complain again. I don't have a right. Right? I don't have a right. After that, I don't have a right. I don't have a right to complain about it. I'm thirsty. So what? Oh, man. All right. In the time that we have left, you're absolutely amazing. And it's the holidays. Oh, do you have your tree up? Do you do a tree?
I do. I have a little, I did put a tree up this year. I've got my bulbs and my lights. And I also like to celebrate Hanukkah. So I have candles too.
Okay,
I do
that
both.
works.
I have both up.
Yeah, you're covering your bases. It's good to
Yeah.
cover your bases. Do you have
Yeah.
the Krampus base covered too?
I am going to go to midnight mass this year because I love candlelight midnight mass.
Oh, that's cool. That's
Yeah.
cool. That's cool. Well, I'm going to get to some readings.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
listen. I told everybody in the chat and moderators, please remind everybody.
Oh, they're so sweet.
We can't get everybody in. We will try, but make it quick. Put your question
Happy
or what
Hanukkah.
it. Put it in all caps so I can see it. All right. And I will, oh man, they're already coming in. Okay. All right, man. Settle down, everybody. Okay. All right, settle down. Settle down. And we'll go through this and just keep it just very, very brief. If you type a paragraph, I lose interest. I'm just letting you know now. If you type a paragraph, I will not read the paragraph.
I am getting a hit on somebody, Jimmy, already on a Matthew.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
He's talking about his
You're
wife.
talking about this Matthew. Okay, got it. How's my late wife doing?
Okay, yeah. So I did get a hit on Matthew and his wife. Where is he at? He went up already. Okay. So Matthew, I don't know if you can hear me. I think he went up already.
No, I've got him. His question, he's right here in front of you at the bottom of the screen.
Okay. So Matthew, your wife came in right away for me. So I just can't see his comment down there. I was going to tell you, you could just confirm or not. Your wife was telling me that when she crossed over, it was hard for her. Can you confirm that? Her crossing was a bit hard. I can't see if he confirmed that. She's telling me, but she made it over okay. And she's saying, did he say, yeah, it was difficult? And she's also saying something about she's watching over the family. Did you have children?
Remember, there's a lot of people in this chat.
Okay. She's saying, okay, she's saying she's watching over the children or something like that. So I don't know if that's what you have kids, but she's watching over the kids. And you? Yes, he's saying confirmed. Yes. She's saying she's watching over you and the kids, and she loves you very much.
Wow.
Did she die of cancer? But she's saying something like an immune suppressed condition. And she's saying she loves you. Okay, thank you for letting me do that reading. He's saying yes.
Okay, that's really cool. Let's go to the next one.
Okay.
Let's see. This is from. This is interesting. Okay. Okay, hold on. Let's go with this one. This is Leanne. Why do I remain single even though I am open to having a mate?
Leanne. Okay. Leanne. Hi, Leanne. Nice to meet you. Leanne, remaining single, even though you're open to having a date. Okay, so they're telling me something about maybe you've been, and you can say you don't want me to say this or not, but they're just coming in really fast about this. There's something that it's not about you remaining single. They're telling me there's something about the person that's coming to you. You do have a soulmate out there, but there's something about you'd been going through some maybe changes in your life at the moment, and that you need to be stepping fully into raising. Maybe you were going through some depression. Can you confirm that? And the person that's coming to you is also raising their vibration. Can you confirm that? Were you going through a difficult time?
It'll be very hard for her to pop in, but I'm looking.
Okay. Okay, they're saying your soulmate is coming. 2025, no. 2026, yes. But something about you raising your vibration a bit higher.
Mm-hmm.
Did she say yes? Yes. Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's very promising for you. I do see it 2026, January, February, March, around March, but it has to do with you and something going on with you raising your vibration a bit more. So thank you.
This is an interesting question. Okay. This is from Nemo. Nemo says, how can the court jester be taken seriously by the public?
They're not, yeah, they're not answering that. Yeah, they're not answering that one.
There you go. There you go. See,
They're just not jumping in on that one for some reason.
I never take the bait either.
I
I never take the bait. I just don't.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Okay. This is from Randy. Randy says, I was visited by a blue lady who gifted an orb in a lucid dream. What does it mean?
Thank you. What is the name again of the person?
Randy.
Randy. Okay. Thank you, Randy, for asking that. Okay. So right away,
You clapped. Was that like message received?
yeah, right away. Okay. So Randy, Randy, it's the 7 times 2, which is it's Mary, the Virgin Mary, and she's showing me the sign of Jesus, handing you a gift of spirit, of healing. So I think you were receiving a gift of healing through the Virgin Mary. That's what I
really
see.
I want a gift from the Virgin Mary. I'll take one from just Mary. She doesn't even have to be a virgin. You know, I see. You know Chris Bledsoe, and he's been visited by the lady, and so many people automatically attribute that to the Virgin Mary, right? And then you have why what how do we know if it's Mary? Like you went straight there. You and the guides went straight there.
I just do. And they're also telling me one more thing about Randy. That's one of his guides. That's one of his ascending masters, is Mary, one of his guides to work with. Yeah. And I also, with Randy, I can't see him. He is having, I don't know if Randy can confirm this real quick. Mary is talking about healing him. So I don't know if he's having some health issue but they're talking about something about his health. So I don't know if he wants to put that in there. They're talking about something going on that the reason she's coming to him is to help heal him.
Wow.
And they're kind of going around his thyroid.
Okay. All right. Randy, let us know if it is a thyroid.
Thyroid and also blood pressure going in.
Now, Ken Priest, and Ken is a really good friend of mine. I don't know if you've met Ken. You might have.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, so anyway, Ken's really cool. Ken wants to know. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to preload this with her guides, Ken. Ken is successful. He's fun. He's found his bliss. He's living his best life. And I would think, so his question is, how much longer will I be working? And I'm like, Ken, why do you want to stop working? You're a winner. But anyway, will your guides respond to something like that?
Okay, yes. So I don't need a lot of information. So how much longer will I be working? So working meaning on on a project you're working on right now?
He owns a restaurant chain.
Okay, so how much longer will his restaurant chain be working?
No, his restaurant chain is going to continue. I think he wants to take that big money and and start to enjoy life in retirement. I think that's what he's implying.
Why don't we ask a different way? So how much longer will he be working or at the restaurant?
No, how much longer in general will he be working before he rides off into the sunset on a sailboat?
Oh, and retire. Okay, we'll ask the guides how much longer do the guides want Ken to be working? So
Yeah,
let's
there you go. Yeah, I like that.
because they want to take over. They have plans for our lives. So Ken, the guides want you. Um, uh, well, they don't really. Do you really need to be working right now, Ken?
No, he doesn't.
Because they're saying.
See, I'm going to answer for Ken.
I mean,
Working makes him happy. What?
Well, they're saying they really don't see that you need to be working. They're telling me.
Oh, Ken. That means he's going to be out here in California at my house all the time. No, we need Ken working, Kimberly. We need Ken working.
Yeah, I mean, you have to be a little more specific because I don't know what.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. The question, I agree with your guides. The question implies that he's thinking about this. And I guess the guides are saying, Ken, if you don't.
I mean, they're telling me by 2028, you'll be doing something different.
So, that I believe.
Yeah, by 2028. By 2028, they said you'll be moving into something else.
Hey, Ken, text me on my phone your answers to this. And I'll read them back live on the air. Okay. Text me on my phone. Let's see here. Let's see. What do we have next? Somebody asked, this is Pilar. Pilar says, will I move next year to a new house?
Okay. So Pilar, they're telling me about you moving to a new house next year. In 2026, I don't see it. It depends on what location. I also do locations. I help people not move into the wrong areas. So a new house in 2026, 2027 looks much brighter. How I know is because my eye will go no and both eyes will go yes together. When I said 2027, they're going yes, yes, yes.
Interesting. I remember on a show that we did many years ago, somebody asked about a state. Should they move to the state? And you said nope.
Yeah.
No. Well, that person wrote me back and said, maybe they're in the chat. I don't know. But that person wrote back and said, I took the advice. I didn't. I went to. I forget what was up, but maybe it was 2 choices or 3 choices, and you said no and no and yes to and they did exactly that.
Thank God.
That was a long time ago we did that show.
A lot of people didn't go to Palisades, thank God, because it got burnt down. That they were wanting to go there. So yeah, I mean, you do what you want to do. I never tell people, do this exactly. But sometimes these guys, well, most of the time, these guys know about things like that. But 2027 is not too far.
This is from Jessica, another very, very, very cool person.
Oh, yeah.
So Jessica wants to know, she says, is my Uncle John in a good place?
Yeah, right away, even when you said Jessica, not even asking me a question, he flew in. So how I know is because I could see him coming in. So Jessica, thank you for asking. They're telling me about your uncle. He was such a kind person. He flew in right away. Like right when you said that, he's saying to me that you're such a kind person, that you like to help people. Is that true? Like you do something with
she does.
People? He's telling me about you. He's saying she's so sweet. She likes to help people. Do you do something spiritually?
Yeah, that's her. Yeah.
She's very spiritual. He's doing fine. He's telling me he's watching you all the time. He's in your house. He's always around you. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So cool.
Also, one more thing about Jessica. Something about I don't know, a man or somebody around you, like a soulmate. I don't know. He's talking about somebody with you or a soulmate.
I think she's married.
Yeah, he loves that. He loves who you're married to and like family. So yeah, he's happy about that.
Yeah,
But he
she's
loves you a lot and he's with you all the time. So
yeah,
yes, he's doing good. He's doing really good.
that's so cool. Ken Priest just texted me. I'm going to read this.
Okay.
He says, I'm contemplating retiring recently, but I have been thinking about doing something different. And I know that I can't leave my current situation now. So 2028 sounds actually like a really good time. Please tell Kimberly, thank you and thank you and thank you. That's from
Ken.
Ken.
Yes, Ken, I just want to tell you, when you said retire, when you say the word retiring, they go no. So they don't want you to retire. But that when you say the 2028, they said yes, then yes, they want you to do more. Yeah, that you're correct. Yes. So thank you.
Yeah, Ken. Yeah, I need a partner in my TV network. So come on. Let's partner up with that. Okay, let's see.
Someone put man on earth.
So much here. Okay. Now, okay. So I've got Esperanza up here. Now, Esperanza is also, she's a tarot reader. She's a medium, psychic.
Oh, great.
Very, 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 very astrologer. Very, very talented and also very, very cool. These are people that I know.
Great. Yeah, I love it.
And I love this. So here she is. Now I'm going to say this about her. She's supposed to know these things. She's, so now I've got psychic medium talking to psychic medium.
Yeah.
Does that happen often? Do other psychics come to you for advice?
Absolutely. We go to other psychic mediums to get readings because sometimes we can't read for ourselves. It gets too jumbled and we don't often, can connect like that. So we often have a lot of sisters and brothers that we connect to and we trust. And that's very common, to get readings from our sisters and brothers that we trust. Yeah.
Can you reveal one? Is it somebody that I know that you hang out with?
I don't know, like right now off the top of my head.
People ask me all the time. They go, okay, so who do I go to? I need to do, and I go, man, okay.
Yeah, I haven't had
I'm going to give you 5 names.
I haven't had a reading in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
See, but it has to be from somebody that you trust. And I do it. I dabble in it. I've got some close friends that are really good and really talented. And I let them tell me things. But most people, Kimberly, they know too much about me.
Yeah, then when they get the reading, they already know.
Yeah. It's like, tell me something that I don't know. Okay, that's but I do have a few that I hold close to my chest, like you, right? And that I trust. And I think that's very important. So you need to go, listening to this show and seeing Kimberly, if you resonate, go and seek her out. Her links are below and so forth. But I do that with so many. And I tell everybody, just go and talk. If you resonate with somebody, then take the next step. But don't just call one person because I gave you one name. I don't do that.
And I have holiday specials going on right now too. Just want everybody to know.
Do you?
Because I'm that kind of girl. I like to give away holiday specials.
All right. So Esperanza, she wants to know what her career path is.
Okay, so I'm happy to help. These are little mini readings, everybody. Just want you to know. When I do a reading, they're like chatty. I talk a long time and I give a longer reading and everything. So these are just little minis. So the first thing the guides are coming in. Thank you for asking your career path, and that's a long question because it could be You have many talents, I'm getting. So this is a soul code reading for you, like a quick soul code. I go up to 10 years with frequency codes. The first 3 numbers I'm getting for you.
Oh, this is going to be good.
I get that you are very talented at what you do, but there's something about you being a teacher. There's something about you taking the next step to teach. You also are super connected with the angelic realm. You also have a very strong part of you that could do something with entertainment. Also, you are very, you could be a writer. Something about you might write a book. And I don't know if you have a book out there yet, but they're also, the guys are telling me that you are super intuitive. Of course, you're a tarot reader, but there is something that's going to happen for you with community also. Like you feel really good around family. You feel really good around family. And also you thrive with lots of people. So I don't know if you're already doing speaking, but that might be something you end up doing. But you were born with the 7. And people that are born with the 7 that come in the world with the Elohim frequency numbers always end up being some sort of teacher and really connected spiritually, because there's so many 7s in the Bible. Does that make any sense to you? That you might be
Esperanza, text me on my phone. Text me your answers.
So you might
See,
be
these are
going
people that I know. They have my secret number. They have my secret information.
Yeah, she might be going in that direction.
Yeah, Kimberly, do you have my secret number?
I don't have your number.
See, that's how special Esperanza is.
I think I have your.
No, you have my number. Come on, I'll call you. I'll make your phone ring right now. I guarantee I can make it ring. You want me? You want me to make it ring?
All right.
Okay, watch this. This is how I just threw Kimberly under the bus.
Secret number. Julie said, "Give me your secret number." You're so funny. And everybody,
watch this.
Really want everybody to have a happy holiday. Oh, you're calling my healing trilogy line, but that's okay. Okay, at least
that's the number that I had. That's the number that I have for you.
I got it now on my healing trilogy line.
Okay, so there you go. Okay, so but Esperanza, text me and let me know what
Okay.
Oh yeah, was that me? Okay,
yeah.
Let's see what we have next.
Thomas.
Oh, this is a great question. Okay, I was going to ask this one for myself. Okay. What's up with 2026 in ET? Are we going to have full disclosure in 2026? Your guides have to know.
Okay, yes. Full disclosure meaning
White House announcement and motherships.
UFOs, motherships, everything. Yeah. Okay. So I don't want you to get upset if whatever I say. Okay. (2026) 2027. Oh God. 2028. Okay. What do you think I'm saying? What do you think I'm saying?
Well, I heard you say 2028, and then you said 2027, and you mentioned 2026 too as well. So were there separate messages for each year?
Yes. So when I'm pretty accurate with my 1 to 5 flow chart, when I say 2026, 1 to 5, 5 meaning exactly pinpoint, I get 2026, 2027, 2028. I get a no on 2028. 2026, I get a 4. 2027, I get a 5.
Really?
5 is the highest.
Really?
The one I get
Yeah.
could shift.
Right.
Um,
Of course.
2035, it's all over in 10 years and like 9 years from now, meaning there's nothing. It's done. I mean, it's already been disclosed by then, so everything is out. So hopefully I'll be here
Well, I think the same thing, but
to celebrate.
I want to be able to
2028. What do you guys think? 8,
Yeah.
9, 10, 11, 12. Which is 3.
Right.
That's
Right.
me, Trinity.
So
I mean, I
what-
just believe what they tell me. 2026 is saying no. 2027, they say yes. 2028, no. 29, no. Onward, no.
2027
That's what my guys are saying. But
makes
I mean,
makes sense. It makes sense.
it could shift again, but they're just not. So much is disclosed already, but
So much has been for sure.
yeah, so
But it's
much.
not the real. It's not the real. We want the real thing. Yeah. I want to be able to not only on TV and this show, but I want to be able to walk out on stage in front of 2,000-3,000 people and watch the joy on their faces. To finally get to that point. I want to be able to walk out and go, yeah, we did it. I want to go through that. I really do.
Yeah,
For the community.
Not be commercialized, to be genuine and authentic, where this is just something that is the way it is.
Wouldn't it be cool if suddenly we see advertising for visit the alien off-world planet, right? Vacation packages, right? We have the technology. ET will take you to their planet. Wouldn't that be cool? I mean, it's one thing, to get on a Carnival cruise line and go to the Bahamas, or go to Hawaii. But how about, right? And I mean, would that be one of the gifts from ET that we get their travel agency? I'm being serious. I'm not playing around. If they can get here, right, and we have disclosed an ET, well,
I think it has to be where they're communicating to me that it has to be a very gentle, kind, smooth transition where it is, comfortable for everybody. And definitely things, I could go into deeper conversation about this. Things are not in place at the moment for that to happen.
No.
And once those things are in place, and I can't get into that right now because they're not in place, but once things are in place, then they'll feel more comfortable about it all.
Who should they talk? Should they talk to the Dalai Lama? Not to an elected official or a politician. Take that crap off of the table. Or any secular, like any folk, like the Pope. The Pope doesn't. But maybe somebody that's just enlightened, like the Dalai Lama. Would that be a safe bet? Would that be a good representative for the world?
Yeah, they're saying no. They don't want to talk to the Dalai Lama.
What? Not the Dalai Lama, the robes, the grace.
They don't want to talk to the Dalai Lama. They don't want to talk to the Pope. I feel like they want to just remove certain people, and they will remove them.
Really? So who? Okay, so okay, here's my question.
Yeah.
Who represents humans the best? Earthlings. Who represents the people of Earth? Who who would be a good representative?
They're not answering.
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah, they're not answering. Who's representing the Earthlings right now in power? because we kind of won't know until 2027.
Ask them. Okay, here's Esperanza. She just reached out. Let's see what she says.
Hi, Esperanza.
Esperanza says, Jimmy, you have my number. I don't have yours. I thought, wait a minute. Her and I, we just had this conversation. Ah, man. We just had this conversation. Okay, watch this. You officially have the secret.
But you're really correct about somebody helping the transition. Yeah.
What about me? What about me? Would I be a good representative? Ask the guides if I would be a good representative.
You would be good, they're saying. You'd be a good representative.
Do the guides?
You're like the Wizard of Oz. You'd be a good Oz.
Yeah, I represent all sides. I do.
Yes.
I'm of all colors. I'm like Gandalf. You remember when Gandalf transitioned from Gandalf the Gray to Gandalf the White, all colors? Remember? I'm like that. I'm like the Gandalf of all colors. These are questions for me. I'm just curious.
Yeah, I understand.
Do
and I'm just channeling the higher beings right now. So we're
channeling. Yeah. Do the higher beings like music?
Absolutely. Yes.
Do they have something that they prefer? A style of music?
I mean, the higher hybrids that I channel, they like, Syrian music, Palladians, all of that type of sound wave music that we love. But they also like I said, I love Led Zeppelin. I love rock. I love all that type of music too. And I do a lot of oming, all of that.
Ask, what's the best Led Zeppelin album? Is it Led Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, or 4?
The one that they like, or our guys like?
Yeah.
They don't like 1. They like 2.
Really? Okay, they got taste.
It's not me, it's them.
I know. See, for me, I like In Through the Outdoor too, as well. Their last album, and most people poo-poo that album.
Yeah,
I think that album's excellent.
Oh wow! And now they're really into, like I told you, all of a sudden they're really into this Freddie Mercury, and I didn't even know they really love Queen, and they really love George Michael, and they're really into I don't know why they're really into this, and they're listening to really hard rock.
Don't tell me they listen to Rammstein. You know what I did? You know what I did last night? Maybe they like Rammstein. Du hast. Is I watched in the time that we have left.
Yeah.
I watched, and I want the guides to listen to me. This is important. I watched the new George Harrison documentary series last night.
Oh, yeah.
Holy crap, Ola. Have you seen that yet?
No, but they like it.
Yeah, he was so spiritual. And what a life, right? And you go, and this is what I did last night. This was the crazy thing. George, did his thing with the Beatles. And if you think about that, 61, 62, 63 to 68 and 69, and you think about that and the influence and all of that, right? Now, I want everybody to stop and understand something. He died in 2001. So when the Beatles broke up, so let's go to 1970, and he's going to India, and he's having this spirit, Ravi Shankar, and he's doing all this spiritual stuff, and really, really looked at himself and the world and his friends and everything, and his music. And if you think about, the song Something, that song Something in the way she moved, and this whole thing that he went through. Okay, he died in 2001. He only really, after the Beatles, he only had 30 years to process what life was. And to 30 little years. My daughter's 30 years old, right? And you know my daughter, you met my daughter. She's 30 years old and born in 1995. That seems like yesterday to me.
Yeah.
And that's all that George Harrison got. Watch that documentary. It's I think it's 2 parts. It's absolutely incredible.
Yeah. When you said he died, they said he didn't. He came back. He's transcended again. Like he reincarnated. I think he's back again trying to help our planet, our Earth. He's doing more work.
If anybody would do it, it would have been him. His wife at the time, Olivia Harrison, and she was with him for almost 30 years.
Wow.
She says this at the end of the documentary. She said when he left his body and they were all in the room, she said the room lit up. This blinding light just came in. She goes, and I'm just telling you, we all saw it. We all saw the transition. Yeah, and the way that she said, I don't think she's saying it metaphorically. I'm saying she said, what? Right? Yeah.
Amazing man. Amazing man. Amazing musician.
Where can everybody reach out to you, Kimberly?
Yes, thank you so much. I'm at thehealingtrilogy.com. Thehealingtrilogy.com. I'm so grateful to be on here tonight, and I feel a sense of relief. I feel free.
What did I say earlier? You don't have to repeat what I said. Just let it hang in the breeze, right?
You're so cute.
You're the best.
For having me on. Have a happy holiday, everyone.
Yeah, and of course, I'm going to see you at Conscious Life Expo.
Yeah, I think I'm coming. I hope so. Yes.
Okay. Well, I'll see you there, and it's just it's always special when I get to hang out with you. So I look forward to that. And happy holidays. Enjoy the holidays. And we've got to hang out and break bread. Okay.
I would love that. I would love to see you. And I love all of you guys. Thank you for being such great people. And thank you for letting me do readings tonight too. And God bless.
You're the best, Kimberly. Thank you so much. Love you.
Love you.
Kimberly Meredith. She's the absolute best. Her links are below. She is just as wonderful in person, and if you get a chance to reach out to her, do that. She's all of that. She's so special to me. Kimberly Meredith. Her links are below. It is thehealingtrilogy.com. We've got the links up again over on our website and throughout social media. Thank you so much, Kimberly. And again, this is our anniversary week here on Fade to Black. And tomorrow night, joining us following the great Kimberly Meredith tomorrow night is Richard Dolan. So he will be here. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you, everyone. And I'll see all of you here tomorrow night. But for now, you know what I've got. And that's Go Beckley Tappy. Fade to Black is produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee Newman, and Michelle Freed. Special thanks to Bill, John, Dex, Jessica, Dennis, and Kevin. Webmaster is Drew the Geek. Music by Doug Aldrich. Intro, Space Boy. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network. This broadcast is owned and copyrighted 2024 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network, Inc. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Go Beckley Tappy.